Hey there, it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. I didn't tell you I was coming on today, but I just got this really great kit from Purl Soho, and I wanted to open it and take a look at it with you. So stay tuned. Hey there. So today I ended up getting in the mail this kit that I had ordered, and it's all about learn to knit, as if you've never knitted before in your life. And it's from a company called Purl Soho. So I wanted to give it a try and show you what I got. Now, this channel is called Knit for Brains. I've always called it Knit for Brains. I'm a self-taught knitter and crocheter. I actually started knitting before I started crocheting, and this has been going on probably for 12 years that I have been doing both knitting and crocheting. Probably knitting a little bit more than crochet, maybe 2 years longer than crochet. Self-taught. I actually originally had just moved to a new place and wanted to integrate and get to meet new people, and I saw they were doing a knitting circle, and I thought, really cool. So I went out and bought all the stuff to learn how to knit and join this knitting circle, and then I never ended up going to the knitting circle, but I tried to teach myself how to knit. I love both crafts, but I think I had more of a love for crochet because knitting just took a long time. It's just longer. Now, if you talk to a knitter, they all consider themselves to be the purists, and I don't mean this unkindly, but I have had some friends who I believe say this lovingly, but they say, when you want to learn how to get, when you want to be serious about your craft, come and talk to us and we'll teach you how to knit. As if. Whatever. So I do know how to knit. I have made sweaters and blankets and so forth, but I thought it would be really great, to just rewind it and start from the beginning. So I found this kit and I wanted to show you guys what it looked like. And I think that here on this channel, starting maybe in next year in 2024, we're going to start integrating some just knit stuff. Still a lot of crochet. None of that's going to change, but I'm going to integrate a little bit more of a knitting from a total beginner's standpoint. So don't come to me if you want to learn all your expert techniques, because I'm not going to be there yet. But if you just want to hey, what does it take to learn the basics, really take it back down to the basics of knitting, then you might want to check in with me. So let me show you what I got. So this company is called Purl Soho. They've been around for quite a while. But I found this kit, and because of the holidays, it was, on sale and things like that. I'd never ordered from them before, so I also got a new customer deal. But they had this kit, and it's called Learn How to Knit, and we're going to be knitting a scarf. I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. And with my new customer discount, it came out to about 50 some odd dollars, I think it was. I know it's a little bit expensive, but you do get to choose your own color. These are the colors that they feature. So you get to choose your own color of yarn that you want to make this scarf. So let's take a look inside and see what we got. It's a nice sturdy container. I mean, it can be used as a project container if you choose. I mean, I do have my bags. All right, so I chose a poppy red color, kind of an orangey red, which I thought would be good as a scarf. I'm not really a blue-red person. I'm kind of more of the warm orangey red person. And so I chose this, and it is in fact called Red Poppy. It is 87 yards and 100 grams, and it is 100% super soft merino wool. So that's a nice product, and you get 2 skeins. So I got these 2 skeins here, and you get to choose your color, like I said. So these are nice, super, super soft, super wash merino wool. So that's not bad when you consider these about $25 a skein is what I end up paying for these. In addition, it gives you everything you need, and it tells you right here on the outside of the kit that you're going to get the 2 skeins of Purl Soho super soft merino, size 13 knitting needles, and a tapestry needle, and then a how to knit instruction booklet. So here's my needles. These are size 13. These are clover, so these are great, just standard needles. Nothing super fancy, but definitely all you need to get started. And then inside here is this little darning needle, and that'll be just to sew in your ends and so forth. So we got these guys here. And then we get this fancy booklet. Let me put this down here. All right, so then we get this nice booklet, Learn How to Knit. What's nice, good paper, it's like good solid paper. I don't have to go out and buy a big book, or I'd have to go through all my books and try to find something. It's like everything you need is right in here. So to start off with, we'll go through this book together. It's going to talk to us about how to wind a skein into a ball, casting on, making knit stitches and purl, combining knits and purls, and so a couple different specialty stitches there. Adding on about, so this is like basic, which is great. If you have never ever picked up a knitting needle before, this is a great way to get started. All right, much better than what I did. I went to Michael's, didn't know what the heck I was doing, didn't know anything about weights or different kinds of yarns or how to match your yarn with your needles here. I didn't know any of that stuff. So if you're looking for that, just one-stop shop like this, I think is going to be good. Talks to you first of all about how to learn how to knit and how to wind your skein into a ball. Thinking, of course, that you don't have a ball winder like I do, and that's okay. Then it's going to talk about casting on, so that's great. Talks about the long tail cast and the short tail cast. And the long tail cast is one that I have never been able to master, so I'm actually excited about. I have, but it's been some time and it's tricky. So I'm interested to check this out and see how that works. How to make your knit stitches. And so that's good. How to cast on and pull them off the needles and things like that. How to make your purl stitches, which is the wrong side stitch or the back side of the stitch work. Let's see, what other fun things do we have in here? And then combining your stitches. So you got your knit stitches, your purl stitches, and then your seed stitch. So these are your 3 primary stitches. Tells you how to do those all together. And then how to switch between knitting and purling. So that would be more of like your rib stitch when you go back and forth, bringing the yarn from behind to the front of your work and back and forth and so on. Again, I do know these things. So this is more elementary for me. But for somebody who has never, ever knitted before, hasn't done anything, wanted to sit down with somebody, this would be a really great way to start, I think. So I really just kind of want to review it and see what it was really all about. This is how you add on a ball of yarn. So I know I have my technique, but I know there's always better techniques than just like, putting a knot in the yarn. So that'll be interesting to take a look at. And then how to bind off. Again, this I know how to do, but just in case. And I thought, well, yeah, and I got some really nice yarn and I'm going to check it out. This should be pretty easy, simple. Then we've got how to weave in the ends, how to block. So that's always important to learn how to block your finished work. And then here it's got all of your pattern abbreviations in the back. So this is also really good. And then these are your stitches. So these are your different colors and then the stitches. So I think this is a really great kit, just easy to get started with. It's really high quality yarns, I have to say. I have looked at Purl Soho several times. I do have some of their patterns. They're beautiful. They do have some crochet as well as their knitting, but this is their Learn to Knit, How to Knit instructions, and it gives you 3 scarf patterns. So it's going to give you a knit stitch pattern. Here it shows you it's going to give you the garter stitch, the rib stitch, and the seed stitch. And the rib stitch is one that often catches me up because especially when I'm doing it in the round, I sometimes find that I'm knitting when I should be purling and then it doesn't line up. So I'm going to take a look at the instructions and see if this is going to make sense. If I could, not knowing anything, if I could just read this book and then figure out how to knit. So all of this stuff comes in this big, nice container here, which is great. Now, because I was new and I hadn't ordered anything from them before, and I think the kits were on sale as well for the holidays, I got like 20% off. So, and it might have just been that the kit was on sale, but I thought, oh, you know what? Let's give it a shot. In 2024, I don't like to do New Year's resolutions. I don't like to change anything up. I just like to add new things, like learning to do something new. And so, like I said, do I know how to knit? Yeah. But it doesn't hurt to go all the way back to the beginning and maybe you'll learn something new, or maybe you'll learn a new technique in doing something that you're already doing. Now, because I really am frugal and I hate paying for shipping if I don't have to, I paid a little bit more. Well, I got this booklet, this magazine, and as a result of getting this, I got free shipping, which is great because I think I paid $10 for this. Otherwise, I would have paid like $9 for shipping. So for an extra buck, I got a really great pattern book. They had a couple different books. I chose this one because it has not only knit but also crochet in it, and there looked like it had some really interesting patterns. Now, a caution to the, caution to you, is this book and this company is written in UK terms. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video a while back on the difference between UK and US terms. It's very important to know the difference. So if you're working on a pattern, you really need to understand what your abbreviations are. So this is pertaining to crochet, but it says right here, if you are talking about a double crochet in the UK, it's actually a single crochet in the US. And it actually has to do with how many loops of yarn you have on your hook. That is what it's pertaining to. So if you have one loop on your hook, we would call that a slip stitch, or, they would call it a single crochet because there's just one loop. Now, for a single crochet, you know that you yarn over and there's 2 loops left on your hook before you pull through. They would consider that, even though we call it a single crochet, they would call it a double crochet. And then that's kind of how it gets going. So that's kind of the confusing part, but that's why there's a difference there. But this had some really interesting patterns in here. Like this. This is a really cute little top. It had, like I said, some crochet and some knitting going on in there. Here is a knitted cowl. So I need something that's going to be fast because I get attention deficit disorder when it comes to knitting. It's like, oh my gosh, it takes so long. So maybe, this is going to help me to reinvent my love for it. And this sweater caught my eye. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. It's a little bit outside Kimberly's color zone. That's a little bit brighter even for me, but who knows? And then it talks about some different kinds of yarns. There is some knitting and stuff going on in here as well. This is crochet. This is actually really pretty. That's a pretty little pattern. So it's just basically their pattern book, and I really was enjoying it. Now this looks knit to me. So that's got a knit pattern as well. So I thought, well, this is great. For the extra little bit of money, I'll spend it and then get to save on shipping. This one here is interesting because it looks like it's talking about almost like a fair isle. It's a continuous spiral cowl, but it's got a really interesting pattern. It's not fair isle, but it's got an interesting pattern, so it's going to have some charts right here as well. Nice book. Really nice book. It's got an Afghan in here. It's got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm happy with this. And then, guess what? There's more. Because I was a new customer, they also sent this, and I didn't ask for it. They just sent it because they're nice people there at Purl Soho. A nice little project bag. It's a small one, but that's okay. But inside, look at it. Woo! They sent me some goodies. They sent me, a yummy skein of their linen quill. This is 50% fine Highland wool and 35% alpaca and 15% linen. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And this is their pale mushroom color. Now, why would they send this to me? I wonder. They want me to try, They want me to try all of their colors. That's beautiful. That's really pretty. Now, what else is in here? Another card. A couple cards, actually. All right. Oh, they want me to make this blanket. And I'm presuming I would make it with this. It's called the Incredible Blanket. I believe this yarn comes in bulk packaging. It says here you get creative with 25-gram linen quill minis. So these are all minis. They're sold as a bundle of 40 balls. This spectacular set of our wool alpaca linen quill is a gorgeous explosion of color and an incredible gift for anyone who loves fiber color or knitting. All right, we want to see what you make. So they sent me this. I would have been happy with a brighter color, but I'm really happy with a skein of yarn. So, and I have plenty of bright colors. So I have a feeling you would get all of these and then you could make this, but that's nice. I didn't ask for it. And they sent me a code for 20% off. Enjoy 20% off your next purchase of Purl Soho brand products. Just use the code when you check out. So, I am pleasantly surprised with my little kit here. I wanted to learn how to knit properly. Like I said, I do know how to knit. I do more crochet than knit. So this is going to be a little bit of a review for me. And like I said, hopefully I'm going to learn to enhance my skill set, right? I'm going to learn maybe how to do a better cast on. I'm excited to really get to master the long tail cast on. So this is a great little kit. I think it was, with my discount and everything, I think I ended up spending like $57 or something along those lines. So that's not bad for, well, this was free. And then this really nice booklet. It's their Autumn Winter 2022. So I think this was on sale. I'm sure that it was on sale, which is because they're trying to get rid of it, you know, and move into more. This actually comes from, it's called the Moorit Mag, Moorit mag.com, but it's from Edinburgh, Scotland. So I'm excited to dive in and just really get into some of the little intricacies of knitting, and of course, as well as crochet. None of that's going to change. But this is my review of the Learn to Knit a Scarf from Purl Soho. Now I'm going to continue to come back to this as I work through my scarf, and you guys can watch and see the process, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. But I'm excited. I am excited. This is what I'm going to be doing in 2024. I'm going to be remastering and honing in on some of my skills. So this is Kimberly at Knit for Brains, just popping in on a day that I don't normally pop in, and just wanted to show you what I just got in the mail. This Purl Soho Learn to Knit scarf, along with their catalog / pattern book. And this wonderful little treat bag with yarn. I'm not hating that. All right. Make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications for the podcasts when I launch on Wednesdays, and the tutorials that we do on Thursdays, and the crochet alongs and the knit alongs and all the other stuff we've got going on. So definitely make sure you hit that button and subscribe. Thanks so much for those of you who have subscribed, but make sure you hit the notification bell so you get the notifications. Not just subscribing, but you get the notifications, because I'll be here and I want you here as well. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.